What's up guys, good morning, welcome back to the channel. Today's the third day in the series of wrapping the C8 and putting the exhaust system in. We got the stock exhaust there, we took that out yesterday. So our goal today in the video is to get the AWE track exhaust installed on the C8. Hopefully get you guys a cold start and a couple revs. I'm not gonna be able to get it on the road because we still have the rear bumper off. I'm expecting the wrap to come in today or tomorrow, hopefully today, and then we get started on the wrap tomorrow. The first thing I wanna do is wrap that rear bumper since we already have it off. But I expect about a week and I'll have this thing on the road. Get some flybys, we can do some pulls. But enough talking, we got a lot of work to do. Let's get started. All right, so you do need to pull some things off of your old exhaust. AWE supplies these brackets that allow you to attach these mechanisms that open and close your valves to these brackets, and the brackets attach to the transmission, and then you're able to plug the plug in there, and it basically just tricks the computer into thinking that this is still on the car when it's really not doing anything. This will sit there and open and close, but it's not actually gonna be attached to the actual exhaust. And then these brackets attached to the transmission, you actually gotta pull off these connectors out of these holes. Ugh. All right, so we got those two out, and then this bracket just goes right here and here, and then attaches that little mechanism on top of here, and then you just plug it in, and it thinks it's working when it's really not. And then you got one more for this side as well. All right, so the first step into getting this little mechanism off is we gotta detach this. This is a T20. They say you gotta hold on to this arm while you loosen it so it doesn't move the valve or the position on the mechanism here. All right, so here's the driver's side motor. Again, you're gonna wanna hold this bracket so the position of the motor does not change. That was nice and easy. Then you got 3 10 mils that are holding on the motor. All right, so we got our motor off. Now we just need to attach it to the bracket and attach the bracket to the transmission. You're supposed to use the stock bolts that they give you, and then AWE gives you some nuts. All right, so let's see what we got here. I believe it just goes on like this. All right, so the bolts go through on the bracket side. All right, one down, one to go. All right, so once you get your motors attached to the brackets, you're just gonna wanna place them up in here on the transmission. The brackets only go one way, so as long as you get the right motor on the right bracket, you should be good to go. But the brackets are custom to the position where they need to be in. All right, but first, before you do that, I almost missed this step. You gotta use these brackets that AWE supplied along with the screw that came off with the original. Looks like you're gonna attach it here, and this thing will stop it from moving that way anymore. And I guess when you open and close it, it can only go to these certain points. And I guess that tricks the computer into telling, hey, it opened and closed. So don't forget to put this on there. Otherwise, I guess it'll just spin and spin and spin. So this bracket, you wanna make sure it's hitting this thing so it can't move past that, and then just screw down. Now we can go ahead and get it up in there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and use these bolts and nuts that AWE provided for us and go ahead and bolt down these brackets. All right, so we got her tightened up here, tightened up there, and then you just wanna go ahead and plug the original wiring harness in and then clip her down. So we got the driver's side up, we got it plugged in. The only thing I'm a little confused about is they don't provide brackets for the other motors that go on the side, so I guess we just leave this open like this. I guess these are the main ones, and then if the computer sees this, then it tricks these guys, I don't know. But there's nothing in the kit that I see for these guys. I'll probably just put a Ziploc bag or something around it so no moisture can get inside the electrical connectors, and maybe zip tie it up out of the way. So this is what I ended up doing with mine. I just put a little baggie around it and zip tied it up to the other harness. That's the driver's side. And then this is the passenger side. I just went ahead and, again, put a little baggie around it, zip tied it to the old harness. If for any reason we do need these motors to trick it, we'll take these off and I guess rig up some type of bracket to the frame or something. But I'm assuming if AWE doesn't provide it, then I assume we don't need it. All right, time to get into the meat and potatoes. I got it all set up here. I don't know where this shield thing goes. I'm looking at a picture on AWE's website. It looks like it's in between the exhaust and the rear bumper. So we'll go ahead and concentrate on the exhaust system first and then figure out where that little piece goes. All right, so I'm gonna start with the passenger side. All right, so we're gonna slide this thing up in here like so. All right, so now that we got our 3 nuts on there, got the pipe connected to the cap, we're gonna go ahead and get this bracket put back on that I took off in order to get to this bolt down here, or this nut down here. All right, passenger side's done. And now for the driver's side, you only got 2 nuts on this side. Whew, here we go. And these are 15 mils. So passenger side 13, driver's side 15. So I think with the driver's side, since there's only 2 bolt holes, and this thing turns, and it's not connected to the flange, you need to get this thing angled up right before you tighten it down. The passenger side you didn't need to because there was 3 and it was welded to the flange. This one's adjusted. I'm gonna get the nuts on first, get the X-pipe on, get everything kind of fitted before I tighten the driver's side. We got her pretty snug there, where she'll stay where we want her to when we figure out the position we want her. The driver's side pipe actually goes down on the bottom of the X-pipe, and this pipe goes on the top. So it does a little number like this.
So we got our exhaust bracket on here. Let me save you guys some time. The bolts that go into this side are the longer ones. The bolts that go on this bracket right here are the shorter ones.
We got the bumper on.
Guys, look at these tips. They're huge. I'm gonna get them like perfectly centered and everything, but dang, those things are massive.
The passenger side, same thing. Golly, look at these tips. These things are huge. These things that sound so good. All right, so luckily we got all this exposed because that panel's not on. So you guys can see right here, this exhaust pipe touches this. I want to get it off of the frame there. So I'm just going to pick it up like that and then just tighten everything down. I pushed all the pipes together into the X pipe as best I could. So we'll just tighten it up like that and then get it tightened up at the cat. And then we'll adjust all the tailpipes exactly how they need to go. Woo! All right, so that's the clamp for the driver's side. You guys can see here, it's not touching anymore. I still have to tighten it up there as well. And when we tighten this up, maybe it'll pick it up a little bit too. But we got about a 1/4 inch gap there. Passenger side, as you guys can see, no clearance issues there.
All right, guys, what do you think? We got the tips adjusted as best as I could do. I mean, there's a lot of play in it, so you guys can adjust it up and down, left to right. Now I just need to tighten up those two bolts, get the air box back in, get all this buttoned up, and then we'll be ready for a cold start. I'm not gonna bore you guys with the installation of all this. If you guys wanna see it all taken out, go back to the last video. I pretty much show step by step everything you need to do to get it out. But give me about 2 seconds, I'll get this thing put together and we'll get a cold start. All right, guys, we got her all buttoned up, except for the rear bumper. We got the tub in, we got the air box. I think we're ready for a cold start. All right, guys, cold start with the track exhaust from AWE. Here we go. Just kidding, doesn't want to start. Maybe because we have the bumper off, I don't know. This is gonna be stupid loud. Here we go. Oh boy. Okay, you guys, this thing is loud. This thing sounds so good. Let's let it quiet down if it will. Okay, that cold start is loud. I don't know if you guys can hear me. That thing is freaking crazy. I love it. It sounds so muscly now. All right, it's quieting down a little bit. Not really. Still pretty freaking loud. Let's get a few reps, huh? Oh my God! Okay, that's loud. All right, boys, mission accomplished. That thing sounds amazing. I cannot wait to get it on the road and go through all the gears, hear all the different RPMs. I only revved it to about 3,000 RPM there. I hope it came through on camera because the mics usually don't get it. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. We got the exhaust installed. Tomorrow, we wrapped the rear bumper. Our green wrap came in today, so we'll start it tomorrow. But as always, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.